Dotun, let me welcome you to the show. There will be scheduled games tomorrow in the Nigeria Professional Football League. I'm sure you are keeping tabs of those fixtures. Ifeanyi will be hosting Remo. Kano Pillars will be hosting Fixtures Obachi.
You know too well that Ifeanyi actually they've not been doing wonderfully well in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Starting from the day one of the Nigerian Professional Football League this season, they lost against Kano Pillars, actually protesting a particular penalty being awarded.
And they lost 3 goals, 3 points.
They lost 3 goals and 3 points. And since then, they've not been up and doing. Even in their last game at home, actually, they played out a draw, which was not too pleasing to the manager of the team and even to the board of the team. But going up against a team like Remo Stars that have not been doing wonderfully well as well. Remember, they changed coach. Over the weekend, they play against MFM of Lagos. They lost by a lone goal. If you look at all these things, you definitely give Ifeanyi a chance against a Remo Star that has not been wonderful as well. Though the two have not been wonderful, Ifeanyi out of the Continental Championship, talking about Confederation Cup, and Remo Stars, these are match day 8 rescheduled games. So we should be expecting a firecracker, and we should be expecting Ifeanyi actually taking this particular one. And for Kano Pillars against Wiki Tourist that also participated in the CAF Confederation Cup, and squaring up against them is really going to be a fantastic encounter. Remember what happened between Kano Pillars and the Ubah International just on Sunday. We never expected a 3-1 margin. We were expecting a slim victory for Kano Pillars. And what we saw actually a magnificent, a wonderful game. Actually, it was indeed a game that Kano Pillars really showed class against a team that
clearly were the better side.
Of course. So they won by 3 goals to 1. So going up against Wiki Tourist that actually had a good game over the weekend, actually is really going to be really another test of time for the two of them. Maybe Kano Pillars will actually take this one, or Wiki Tourist will actually come with their hay game and make sure they obstruct the new rhythm, talking about victories here and there for Kano Pillars at the Sani Abacha Stadium tomorrow.
All right, so those are the 2 games. We'll keep our eyes on those games. About this time tomorrow, we'll be telling you how those games were played, who won, who didn't win, what happened, and all of that. That will be tomorrow. Let's leave domestic football on one side and go abroad. Guys, let's talk about football on the foreign scene. The biggest piece of news today, apart, of course, from the Champions League games currently going on, has got to be the story of Zlatan Ibrahimovic and his friend in this game. Yeah, Tarok Mings in that one. But the hammer has fallen.
Of course.
And I hope we'll get to that stage in our league when we are able to retrospectively punish players for being unsportsmanly on the pitch. This was the elbow to the face. Could have been devastating for this young lad.
Of course.
But he has appealed his own ban where he stepped on Zlatan. It was such an ill-tempered game that did between these two people.
Of course, it was indeed a ill-tempered game between the two of them. As Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a big striker, wonderful, 35 years. He has seen it all when it comes to football. Remember what he did against Chelsea in the Champions League quarterfinal when he was in PSG. What he did to Oscar that is now playing his way in China. But in this particular game, Man U actually they are striving to get a victory, and Mings happens to be the man that is really stopping Zlatan Ibrahimovic. What actually happened between the two of them was just a rivalry between the centre back and the centre forward that we often see in world football. Yeah. But for Zlatan Ibrahimovic, actually he took it too far, actually trying to elbow the guy, and he did accept that. He actually
that's why it's not appealing.
That is why it's not appealing. And on the side of Mings, when he did actually step on Zlatan Ibrahimovic at the middle of the field, actually, he said it was not intentional. I said that is not him. Yeah. Such a thing is not in his game. And he said he's really going to actually say it aloud once again that he has not intentionally stepped on Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and he has. And he's not going to do that whenever he's playing.
He's not a dirty player. Let's tell you that the second half of those games have resumed. Yemi, still Arsenal 1, Bayern 0. You have 45 minutes, a little less than 45 minutes to turn it around and score 3 more goals. That's as an Arsenal fan.
From an Arsenal perspective,
is it a possibility? It can happen.
It is in football, you know, but I won't advise anybody to get their hopes. I won't advise anybody to get their hopes high, But if you're asking me if it's a possibility in football, yes. Yes.
It's a possibility, but will it happen?
But I would advise anybody
don't bank on it.
To get their hopes.
Don't bank on it. And of course, the game between Napoli and Real Madrid as well is still 1-0 to Napoli, and they also have enough time. All that Napoli needs now is just one more goal and avoid conceding. Okay. That will be good enough to see them through. But for Arsenal, they will need to score 3 more without conceding. But in football, you never say never. So that's what it is at the moment. But let's come now. Yemi, Frankie Fredericks, not the way to end. Accomplished international athlete from Namibia. It's in the news for the wrong reasons.
It's been investigated, and has done the honorable thing, stepped down from his roles at the IOC. This is a man that has gone, has achieved a lot, and he's been fingered to have received a bribe in one of the votes, and he's seeking to clear his name, and that is just what he's doing, and that's why he wants them to investigate him. In athletics these days, there's probably nobody that is clean. Even Seb Cole having a lot dangling over his head. Nobody. We even hear some throwing darts at Mo Farah. His coach has been fingered in many cases. You begin to wonder who is clean in athletics these days. Probably only the poster boy Usain Bolt, and even that, a lot of people will still argue. So athletics has been bedeviled with a lot of things. But I hope that his legacy will not be tainted with this, that he's done the honorable thing, step aside, and when the investigations are concluded, hopefully it will be proved that Africa's legend, Frankie Fredericks, didn't take anything.
Okay, that's how we have to wrap it up on our show tonight. I'm told our time is up, but guys, I must thank you so much for your time. Yemi Adebayo, of course, Dotun, thank you so much for coming on the show. Earlier on, Cosmos Chukwemeka was there. We say thank you to him as well. And of course, we say thank you to you for watching, and also promise you that tomorrow we'll be back with a bigger and a better package. Enjoy the rest of the night. Bye-bye now.